Yo, what up? It's your boy Bonappy back with another Be Advised. We are back in the zoomed in relationship streets. Like always, please like the videos if you're watching them, especially if you're watching them consistently. Subscribe as well. Um, yeah, that's really all I got. We're going to be back in the relationship streets. Hopefully, these people can type. Uh, my 19-year-old female boyfriend, 19-year-old male, told me to lose weight after we had sex. What am I supposed to feel? Okay. Hi. So, for context, I am or was happy with the way I viewed my body. I am 5'1", and my weight distribution mostly goes to my thighs and lower stomach. I don't think I'm huge by all means. I wear medium slash large slash 0XL usually. Okay, so which one? We'll say you wear large, right? We'll put it in in the middle. You wear large. You wear large. But anyway, my boyfriend and I are doing the deed. My boyfriend and I were doing the deed, but he stops midway through, and I could tell something is up with him. I asked him what's wrong, and we have a conversation. And he tells me it would be nice for me to lose weight. I've been in two sort of serious-ish relationships before him, and had talking stages, etc. But no one has ever said anything like this to me. I feel so crushed and insecure. I've started restricting myself to a 1,000 calorie a day. I've started restricting myself to 1,000 calories a day, and it's making me miserable. I'm so mentally lost at the moment. I haven't felt this terrible for quite some time. I just want brutal, honest opinions um, on the situation or advice. I don't mind. And the edit is I have been eating more since I've been with him, mostly because I felt safe around him. But now I can't look in the mirror without sucking my stomach or taking a big fat sigh and cursing. Okay, so I did actually skim through this one and read the comments, and I'm going to tell you the comments, you know what they're saying. Dump him. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, girl. Red flag. Dump him. He's terrible. Look, look, so let's just start with telling someone that they need to lose weight. There is never a good time to tell somebody that they need to lose weight. Other than after they say it themselves, there is never a good time that someone can tell you, "Hey, bro, you kind of fat." And you're not going to take it and be a little bit offended. And that's fine. A lot of things that are good for you don't feel good at first, right? A good example of this or a saying is like, medicine don't taste good. A lot of medicine is like a lot of things that are good for you aren't necessarily going to make you feel good. Now, telling you that you need to lose weight right after sex, that's kind of tough. I'm not going to lie. Um, the timing could have been better. Maybe if he tells you not right after you just, were humping and he stopped humping you in the middle, I guess because of he was disgusted or turned off. That's rough. I will say the timing could have been better. Um, but just because someone tells you that you might need to lose weight, like it sounds like you might need to. Let me just put it like this: if you were you know, the picture of health, and he says you might need to lose weight, I doubt it would hit you as hard as it does now. Um, I doubt it would hit you the same way that it's hitting you right now. You say you're 5'1". You don't say what your weight is, which is very important to the story. And then you wear a medium slash large slash XL. So I will say at 5'1", the shorter you are, the more those pounds will show. So for context, I'm 6'4". I can gain and drop 20 pounds, 10, 20 pounds, and you won't see it as much. But at 5'1", if you put on 10 to 20 pounds, it's going to look like you started, wearing an extra person. So uh I would just it sounds and from some of the stuff you said, it sounds like you know that you have been packing on pounds. Um, Look, make it a couples thing. Get in the gym. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's not about losing weight, it's about toning up, right? And getting muscle. That's what's going to burn that fat. It's not necessarily about your weight, but to burn that fat, to lose those inches, to tone up and all that stuff. You get in the gym. You don't necessarily have to go on a crash 1,000 calorie diet. I don't know how much you were eating before, to where 1,000 calories is like killing you. I think you are kind of switching on yourself a little bit in this post, but it sounds like if I'm gonna keep it 100, it does sounds like you know that you probably can lose some weight. So if anything, I would look into going to the gym with them, make it a couples thing, focus on building muscle and toning. Don't focus on weight. Focus on building muscle, focus on toning, and the inches will drop and stuff will start getting sucked in, and before you know it, he'll be humping you all night. So that's all I got for that one. All right. Let's see. Something fell off between me. What the heck? Okay, let's see. How long is this one? Is my husband, 30-year-old male, overreacting, or was my 28-year-old female comment actually condescending? I'll keep it short. Together 12 years. Okay, so you were 16 and he was 18. Okay. Um, Last night, I showed my husband a picture of a newborn baby that had just been born. The baby had some blood on it. Okay. My husband said, where's that blood from?" I reply, "Oh, nickname, we'll say baby. Oh, Boo Bear. There's a lot of blood in childbirth." He thinks my reply was patronizing and condescending and says he knows there's blood in childbirth. He thinks I spoke down to him. I mean, why'd you ask the question? I think he's overreacting, and he went to bed because we cannot agree on how to resolve. I woke up to text saying I should have apologized and said sorry, I didn't mean it like this. My position is that I shouldn't have to apologize when my intention was never to be condescending. Okay, so this is a short one, so we'll keep it short so we could try to get another one in here. Um, if it was very obvious that the newborn baby had just been born, that's a dumbass question. We're gonna keep it a bug. That's a stupid question. Where's the blood from? The baby just came out of. There's no. I don't understand what you could probably say to him to make it sound like you're asking where the blood came from a newborn baby that obviously just came out of a woman. Yeah, you are correct. It is not necessarily condescending, right? It is a stupid question, but there is nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, I didn't mean, I'm sorry if you took it that way. I did not mean to be condescending. That was not my intention." There's nothing wrong with saying that. And that's another thing that I kind of want to get to when it comes to stuff like this. You guys have been together for a while, so when you're together for a long time, these are the kind of little arguments that'll pop up every once in a while, that are like really nothing, but it's just little, little fray, little like it'll be like little stuff like this. I think he is overreacting in my opinion, but what's wrong with just saying, hey, my bad, I didn't mean it that way to be condescending. You know what I mean? I didn't mean it that way to be condescending. That was not my intention. I'm sorry. That there's nothing wrong with saying that. You know what I mean? Um, and again, with your partner, you know that other people take things differently. Some people are offended by this, some people are offended by that. I think in this situation, with something so small, um, even though I agree that your husband is probably overreacting in this sense, because it was a stupid question, um, there's nothing wrong with just saying, hey, you know what? I didn't mean it that way. I did not mean to patronize you or anything like that. I was just answering the question. My bad. So I would say this is not something to try to. This is not something worth trying to win the war. Like pick your. This is a pick your battles thing, in my opinion. All right, let's see if we can get another quick one in. Okay, no, it's not quick. Okay, real quick. I, 23-year-old female, overheard my boyfriend, 27-year-old male, talking bad about me behind my back, and he doesn't know yet. Oh. Hey, all. My boyfriend and I have been dating for over a year, but he grew up closely with my family, so I've known him forever. Okay. We talked on the phone, dating for over a year. I'm just making a mental note. We talked on the phone tonight, per usual, because we are now in a long distance relationship. Well, he forgot to hang up the phone, and when he met up with his guy friends for dinner tonight, I heard everything I need to know about what he thinks of me. Um, talk so Talk so down on my name, my family, everything I have worked for, blaming me, etc. It was terrible. I cannot believe that's how he talks about me. What did he say? He doesn't yet know. How do I bring this up to him? A part of me wants to know, wants to do something extremely savage, but it's immature. I know. I'm. What did he say? Like, I know for sure I need a break from him. Unsure how to tell him. I know exactly what he thinks of me. Zero respect. Open to any suggestion. Okay. What did he say? Like, uh, this will be the last one. I'll make this work. But bro, like, if you're going to ask a question like this, you have to put something in there that he said. Was he talking bad about your looks? Was he talking bad about your intelligence? Was he talking bad about you in bed? Was he complaining about the clothes that you wear? Does he not like your mom? Like the stuff that he could have been saying could be completely reasonable, or the stuff that he could have been saying could have been completely out of pocket, but you don't let the reader know what's going on. So it's kind of a guided question. There's no way to really fairly answer this. But this is what I'll say about talking bad about people behind their back. Um, you have to be careful what you say to your friends about your partner. I agree that everyone needs somebody to vent to. So a lot of times when you're having, and they're a year in for this example, a lot of times when you're going through your trials and tribulations in your relationship, your friends are the ones that you tell that you vent to. Oh man, this motherfucker tripping, and oh I can't stand this person, and blah 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 blah. And that's fine. That's healthy. Sometimes you need to bounce stuff off of other people to get perspective. But what I will say is you have to balance those opinions. If you always talk down on somebody to a group of people, when when that person meets those people, that is all that they know about them. I can talk about this from experience with wifey. We were still dating in college. She had a group of friends that you know, dudes that she used to hang out with, and she would vent to them about me. You know what I mean? Our first couple years of our relationship were like extremely toxic and up and down. So they probably heard all the stories about me being the biggest jerk in the world. And then I ended up meeting them one day at like this little party, and all of them hated me, just glaring at me. There's like one guy that was like okay with me. All of them were glaring at me, looking at me crazy, like they wanted to fight. Like just did not mess with me at all. And I was like, I didn't do nothing to these guys. What's going on? Then it dawned on me. I was like, what are you even telling these guys about me? And she was like, oh, you know, I vent to them about things. I was like, you have to tell them the good stuff too, because all they know is the bad stuff you told them. So they're looking at me crazy, and my friend that was with me, my roommate, saw the way that they were treating me and looking at me. and now they're like, yeah, they don't like him. So just make sure when you are venting to people that you balance the opinions, and tell them the good stuff that your partner does too. But that's all I got for this one. Let me know what you guys think. Um, like, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.